Hi, this is Mr. Lima with the lesson plan for the week of April 24th for remote learning, 7th grade students at Woodland Park Middle School in science class. I want to start by making an important announcement. There has been a change in focus that the staff decided yesterday on Teacher Planning Day for the rest of the year here for remote learning, and that is to help students finish strong in terms of content assessments. If you log into your page, you will notice substantial changes that have been done to the year page. All subjects are now only 7 PFAs per subject, and you will also notice that the other ones were added to the additionals instead. And so this is to help you cope with the change of remote learning. And also, likewise, the live sessions that we're going to be having starting next week are going to be focusing on workshopping for power focus areas to give you the best chance you get at actually finishing those contents strong for the year. With that in mind, this week's class opener, as you will log into the classroom, you will have to log into this Google Classroom and find the most recent announcement that's there, or you can log into the link that's going to be posted in the chat or that's in the screen right now. So if you miss class, that's what you need to do first. And there's a reflection form that will guide you through a process of realizing where you are in terms of power focus areas and COG skills for the year and your overall grade in science, and where you need to be, and therefore making goals for the next things that you're going to be working on here in science. And so with that in mind, make sure you log into your progress page and year page on Summit so that you can extract information from there to complete the form. And that's what you need to do as class is starting. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to do that. So after you finish that, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the challenge of the week. There's going to be another video on the playlist that this video is part of, talking about that. But remember that the priority is working on power focus areas. But if you do decide to engage in the challenge of the week, make sure to do so. This will be due not this Friday, but the following Friday, which is right before the May 1st deadline, after which we're going to be really shifting focus away from projects. But if you decide to work on that, that is great. An opportunity, you can even use it as an opportunity to improve one of the cognitive skills for the year if you still have not done well on that cognitive skill. But remember, the focus is power focus areas. After I talk about the challenge of the week, there will be a vaping lesson. That is part of our marijuana prevention initiative that we have here at Woodland Park Middle School, or anti-drug program. And we're going to be doing the first part of that. We're going to be doing a quick little discussion about what you guys already know about vaping. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of history and technical information about what vaping is. And then next week, we're going to continue that, talking about statistics and health associated risks with that. But today is just an introduction to that topic. Next week, you also see a shift in focus towards workshopping in power focus areas, and I'll start that today if there's interest. I will stay after the first original time, after this point, after the vaping lesson, for any student that wants help with the structure of life, I can do a workshop if there's enough interest. Also, be available for the rest of the class for anyone that has questions about the challenge of the week, the seed science project, cell modeling, or any PFAs that you want help with. So that is the lesson for today. And also, as far as expectations for this week, do try to make sure you turn in that reflection form that you have to do when you come into class that I talked about earlier. Submit the seed science project, especially if you are not at least a 2.5 minimal for those skills associated with the project. The ones that most kids need help with is the ones identifying patterns and the one that is interpreting data. So if you have not scored high on those skills yet, maybe you want to do the results and conclusion section and turn those in to get a better grade on those. Or even try to reach that 3.5 target for the 7th grade. So I am still accepting projects. If you decide to do that, I will grade them as soon as I can. Likewise, the cell modeling project that's due this Friday, you can take advantage of that to improve your modeling score if it's still not where you would like it to be. And finally, you can find more information about that on the last week's lesson plan, by the way. So finally, remember that the focus this week is supposed to be on power focus areas and on passing content assessments. Therefore, try to pass one for science this week. That would be great. That is really the most important thing that you need to do. The other ones were basically work from before that you should have done by now. If everything above is done, you can possibly work on recovering another cognitive skill. For example, engaging on the challenge of the week could give you an opportunity to do that. Watch the other videos to learn more about that. But if you if you are someone that should be worried about that, Mr. Lima will probably contact you based on what you wrote in your reflection that's due this week. But for now, remember the focus has been shifted towards making sure that you pass power focus areas. So that's what you really should be working on the most. But if you haven't done the previous work and you want to do that or want to do the challenge of the week, you can do that too. But especially after May 1st, we're going to be focusing the most on trying to pass those focus areas. So watch the other video if you're interested in the challenge of the week, which is the cell membrane experiment. And do remember that I am available in office hours every weekday from 8:45 to 9:45 to help you with anything that you need. And I'm also available by email if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week. And don't do anything that would make a moment problem.